What's up, everybody? You are now listening to Save It for the Booth, where opinions meet truth and lies get the boot. With your girl Cocaine and Punk. Thank you. Absolutely.
You women are do put on illusions, don't y'all?
Oh yeah, I know how to wear my
That shit ain't
clothes.
that much of an illusion. She's just being extra. You know how women be wanting their kitty boosted and shit. Yeah, it's one of those things.
Be one what?
They kitty boosted.
What does that mean?
Like the male ego. Y'all kitty. Y'all be wanting y'all kitty
Oh,
boosted.
I never thought about that.
I'm fat. So a nigga be like, girl, you look good. You know, you get your kitty boosted.
One of my shorties just told me I'm getting a beer belly. He didn't boost no kitty at all.
He still be rubbing it. Exactly.
I mean, I don't think that'll stop anything
Right, it don't.
at all.
Y'all still be looking good. Fupa and all.
Wasn't that nice of you?
What? I don't like all fupas.
You actually said something nice about a woman.
I say a lot of nice stuff about women. I love women.
Speaking of loving women,
Do you though?
Yeah, just wish y'all loved us as much as we loved y'all. But speaking of women, what was I just say?
so we gonna get right into it.
You know, loving us without stipulations. I'm sorry.
How y'all feel about the R. Kelly verdict? And are you still listening to his music?
I'm still gonna listen to Kills when I decide to listen to Kills. How do I feel about his verdict?
Yeah.
I feel like it was. I feel like some of it might have been bullshit, some of it not. I didn't really follow the story. I know he was found guilty on all charges. I do feel like some of them was probably made up and bullshit. I guess the only thing that really bothered me is that the nigga been doing this for how long? It ain't like we just found out about him messing with younger women. So I'm just trying to figure out why damn near, 30 years later? Because the nigga came out in the 90s, so we knew way back then. It's 2021.
I've never really been a big fan of R. Kelly's. I'm not like against his music or anything like that, but he's never been in my playlist. He do have some good songs, I will say. Back when I was like a teenager, we would play
That's
him at the
fitting.
parties. I mean, feeling on your booty.
Yeah, that was a hit.
Half on a baby,
Hit.
like that was.
Greatest Sex, hit.
Listen,
Whole
yes.
TP2 album, hit. I
Yeah.
mean, he got hits for days. Bump
But-
and Grind, You Remind Me of My Jeep. It's countless hits he got that he did for other people. So to really stop listening to R. Kelly, you'll
Yeah.
have to cut out a bunch of artists that you like. At the end of the day, he wrote hella songs for people that y'all still
True.
gonna sing. Anyway,
I don't think you have to necessarily cut out his music anyways, just because, because it's things that people have done that we have absolutely no idea about and we listen to their music. Even
exactly.
more so as people out here that make music that is like really vulgar towards women,
Every
men,
day.
people, like, and we listen to their music. We have them in our playlist. So to completely like disregard or discard, like,
I seen this meme that kind of hit, like, you gonna stop listening to R. Kelly, but you still sing the whatever the American song is when you stand up at sporting events and shit. The national anthem.
the American song
knowing what America did to certain people, we still sing that shit, but y'all want us to cut off one person because of something that they did in their life. And at the end of the day, what he did in his music, not the same thing. I can separate R. Kelly, the person, from R. Kelly, the musical genius.
I mean, kind of, I guess. I mean, I'm not saying that I can or cannot, but I can see how maybe some people wouldn't want to separate the two just because you listen to his music. And, some of his songs may sound appropriate based off of, what he got sentenced for. It's like, okay, so, damn. this nigga been saying this all this whole time, and nobody knew or wasn't nobody listening to it. Now verdict is out. He done got charged with all these different things, and it was in the music. It was in the words the whole time. Not all of it.
But we knew the whole time. So regardless if it was in the music,
What, that he was
who
messing with younger women, right?
the whole world knew about the whole Aaliyah situation. Knew
Yeah.
about situations after that.
Mm-hmm.
We knew. We knew he used to go to Kenwood. We knew he used to have parties in Richmond Park or whatever it was at a big ass
I
house.
can
People knew.
attest to say that I did not know any of that. So I would be a person if I
So
was
you
a
didn't know
huge
about
R.
Aaliyah?
Kelly. I knew about Aaliyah.
So then you knew.
But I know. But what I'm saying is that I knew about Aaliyah, obviously.
So
but
then
it
you-
wasn't. No. Listen to what I'm trying to say. But I didn't know, like you naming all this other stuff. He used to go to Kenwood, or he liked, that was his thing. He just wanted younger women.
It wasn't just-
wasn't.
I feel you. It wasn't just his thing, though. It was a lot of people thing.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, speaking on R. Kelly in general, I didn't know all of that stuff. If I was a huge fan, then it'll probably make me feel some type of way, depending on how I felt about him or his music. Because, I mean, like you said, I didn't follow the story either because I wasn't a huge fan. So I don't know everything. I just, you see stuff is posted and people saying, oh, he was charged with all this and he's about to go away for a long time. It's like, man, it kind of sucks. I think anybody freedom getting taken away from them sucks.
It does.
It does suck, but you kind of deal with the cards as they lay, like, the chips fall where they lay. Well,
Yeah, he had some terrible people in his corner. Some of it boiled down to that because at some point, somebody should have been like, nigga, what you doing? Like, you are Kelly. You can have almost any woman in the world, and yet you want to keep messing with women under 18. Or a lot of the cases, they weren't even under 18, but whatever the case is, you was messing with minors at some point. Shit's ridiculous.
yeah, but when you got money involved too, sometimes money,
Say that money what?
it controls a lot of things in people,
And
and a
that's
lot
what-
of things that people do, and choices that some people decide to make.
And that's one of my issues with the whole thing because all these people act like Kel's the worst person in the world. But young women been dating older men forever. Whether they was 15, 16, and they dating the 18, 19-year-old drug dealer or whatever, the guy that got the car. Young women been dating older men forever.
Yeah,
So why all of a sudden it's like R. Kelly doing some uncommon thing? He not.
because he's famous. He has
And that's
money.
the part
When
that
you
sucks.
on a different platform, you looked at completely different than the average person that's, just living a regular life. You got somebody that is in the public eye that people look up to, so to speak.
Yeah.
The expectation for him is higher than what it would be for somebody like one of us.
That ain't his fault. That's
No,
our
I'm not
fault.
saying it's
Why-
his fault. That's just how it is, though, and that's how people saw him.
We shouldn't even put all them expectations on him. He didn't ask for that. Nigga just was gifted.
Yeah, I mean, but again, when you in that space and you a celebrity, you have things that people expect of you, and he didn't, I guess meet up to them expectations. Like, oh, you smashing minors or girls underage, and you go on these places and you doing these things, and then it's like the things that you actually doing to these women.
And then the whole coat thing.
Wait, what coat
They
thing?
were saying he had like a whole little sex coat, and he was keeping people locked up in the crib and shit.
No way.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how he was doing that, and he was going on tour and stuff. Cause I personally seen the nigga at concert, and I'm trying to figure out these girls couldn't run while he was gone at his concerts.
Maybe he had security down there with him.
So he shouldn't be the only one going to jail. Then that's another one of my issues.
Snitches get stitches,
if he had all this help, but they said people that was at the house with him or in his camp was snitching. But they should have been, the people that was on his team should have been getting time.
They snitching now that he done got caught.
Right. But even like it was women on the stories when they did the whole R. Kelly show or whatever they did, it was women on there saying they used to go find women for him
Girl.
after
Yeah.
he did these things to them. So why they ass ain't locked up? Ain't that like some type of crime
Like
or
accessory.
something? Accessory.
Yeah.
Like this is some, but only person going down is R. Kelly. It just seemed like some type of weird ass setup or them trying to prove a point.
How much time did they say he was getting?
I don't know.
They didn't say, but he just got charged on
Some
all
decades
counts or something like that.
Yeah, he got found guilty for all however many counts of everything.
Man,
Pretty fucked up situation.
it is pretty sad.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
I see you pulled up on your 3-wheeler.
That's not mine.
Okay.
That's my wife's. I'm just catching the breeze. That's all.
You drove that all the way from your house?
Yeah.
How was it?
Nice, breezy, cool. Long as I ain't sitting still, the sun ain't bothering me.
I think my only with there's no doors, right? So I tweak myself out. Like
There's no doors.
I
Do you
need
ride bikes?
I need doors. I mean, I would ride a bike, sure, but like to be driving something like that and driving for an extended period of time, it's like, and I'm just sitting next to cars with doors. I mean, I always think somebody gonna probably kick me off something or like
It's not
throw
like
something at me. I'm just not with that. Like you be driving, chilling, like catching the breeze, in your little zone,
Yeah.
watching the sunset as you drive, whatever it is, and somebody just throw a rock at you or something. Like, whatever, you at a stoplight, and that's just always like my thought process.
I ain't thought about none of that.
Yeah, of course not. It's just me.
I haven't thought about none of that.
But I think it's cool though. It look cool. It seemed like it's fun.
So I got a question though.
I got an answer. Maybe.
I hope so.
Maybe.
I hope
It depends
so.
on the question.
So, do giving your child up for adoption make you a deadbeat? Excluding rape cases.
No.
No? Why not?
I mean, it depends on the circumstance.
So
I mean,
what are the circumstances?
Maybe you can't afford to take care of your child.
Hmm.
Maybe, you don't have the means to take care of your kid. Or maybe you got pregnant and you just don't want a kid.
So if a man don't got the means and he decides, he can't take care of his kid, is he a deadbeat?
No, I was actually thinking about both men and women.
Hmm.
I mean, for any parent, like if you have a child and
I'm just saying. I'm just thinking of the sense like a man walks away from a woman that has his kid, he's gonna be labeled a deadbeat. But you're saying that don't make him a deadbeat?
But that's not what you asked me. You asked me about adoption, right? So if a man or a woman walks away, like,
what's the difference?
well, because I was looking at it from both sides, but in a singular way, right? If I'm a single woman and I'm having a baby,
right,
and I decide that I feel like, man, I can't take care of this kid,
you a deadbeat.
my options are like,
you a deadbeat.
I don't feel like I would be a deadbeat.
Why not?
Because it's my life, my responsibilities, not the people that's thinking that I'm a deadbeat. They don't have to take care of this child. They don't have to do anything. It's what I do with my life and my kid has absolutely nothing to do with nobody else. And I feel that same way if it was a man. If this man can't take care of his kid, I'm not going to label him a deadbeat. Now, if you saying that men are labeled deadbeats because they have a child with a woman, obviously, and they not taking care of their kid, that makes them a deadbeat. That's what you're saying, right?
Ain't that's what makes them a deadbeat, right? Because men don't have the option to say, I don't want this kid because my body, my choice. So women get to make that choice regardless. You literally have all the power whether you want to have a kid or not once you get pregnant. So if you decide to keep that kid, which a man has very little option, because not most women, if a man say, oh, I want my kid and she don't want it, you know what she doing. So if you have that kid and give it up for adoption, to me, you a deadbeat because you walking away for the same reasons that a man could have walked away. Maybe he was in the streets and didn't want to endanger the child. Maybe he just couldn't take care of it at the time. He didn't have the resources. Either way it go, if a man walk away, deadbeat. What's the difference for a woman? Because you're walking away from your child that you chose to have. The
Well,
ultimate choice, because y'all have the ultimate choice.
Very true. I think that if a man and woman are in a relationship and they get pregnant, and this man tells me that he wants the baby, and I say I don't, I'm gonna give him this baby.
That's fair, but we all know that don't happen often.
Possibly. I mean, I've never been in that situation, but that's how I feel about it. If my man wants this child, and we come together and we have an understanding, and I'm like, I don't want this baby, and he does, he's gonna have the baby. That's just how it's gonna be. I'm not gonna.
So do you have an issue with the Texas law?
I do. Because I feel like I have an issue with being controlled in general. And to me, that is...
I can understand that. I got an issue with that too.
To me, that is a form of control where I no longer have any rights to things that happen. And I read up on the law, and I read, different stories or like tweets that women were posting about things that happen to women. And then you say that the women can't get it up to 6 weeks. Now, again, I haven't...
6 weeks.
Right. After 6 weeks. Mm-hmm. Sometimes women don't find out until then. So who knows, whatever the totality of the circumstances are within their situation.
Right.
They stuck with having a baby or getting fined or, and these doctors get sued, however it goes. Why take that away from me? Because they can't get an abortion in Texas.
So what? Okay.
The way in which you speaking is like
the way the world talks, not the way I'm speaking. The way the world talks.
Well, you
Men
ain't the
are
world,
deadbeats. If they walk away from their kid, if they don't take care of their responsibility.
But if a mother gives her child up for adoption, it doesn't make her a deadbeat.
Why? It's the same shit.
It's not.
Why not?
It's not how.
You walked away from your kid. You're not taking care of your responsibility.
You're
putting it off on somebody else.
Right. But
deadbeat.
You're not if you decide to.
The man decided to. Here, you can take care of this kid because I can't do it. I ain't doing it. He left him to the mom who he thought would take care of it responsibly. I'm out. He's a deadbeat.
And that's usually how it go.
He's a deadbeat. What's the difference?
That's usually how it go.
So what's the difference in the mom doing?
I told you already.
What's the difference?
I told you.
They all deadbeats.
Listen,
to
y'all heard what I said, and I said what I said.
They all deadbeats to me.
And that's you are warranted that.
We know
to
you don't
feel
believe
that
in
way.
equality.
Hey, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel.
I do. That's why I be telling you I'm so for equality. I just want it to be
listen,
equal.
I know. I got my fist
we
up.
Gotta stop giving some people pass, coming down on other people. I take
it as it comes because every situation is different, and every situation don't deserve, to be treated the same or approached the same. It just doesn't.
A deadbeat is a deadbeat.
Cool.
You don't take care of your kid.
I mean, hey.
It is what it is.
Have it. Listen, have it your way. I am okay.
Whatever you want to be called.
Which one?
Deadbeat.
The male-female energy.
Nope.
Okay, let's get into it.
And talking about being for equality, I think that, since we've been podding, I've learned that my partner Punk over here has a little bit more sense of, emotions than I do. Hence, my voice is very gentle and soft because I'm a woman, but not degrading to him at all. So let me make that clear. But I do have some thoughts about, the righteous fight that, you put up against women.
It's not against women. It's for men. It's two different things.
If
I don't try to down women. I want it to be equal.
Oh, but
just
you
like
know what?
was
So
just
when we start like actually getting so much feedback, because we'll have to let you sit here with me, right?
Yeah.
And you can say all day long you not against women, you
I'm
for
not.
men, but the
I am.
opposite of
Let's
for
be equal.
men is against the women because
No, the opposite of
in turn
for
of
men
everything
is
that you
against men,
saying,
actually.
everything that you say, you always have like something against women. Like, but y'all women and y'all women, and I get it. You want to fight for equality. That's fine.
Yeah,
But
that's it. That's all.
So the energy that you put out is
Passionate.
It's very passionate, and it's nothing wrong with having passion. So I say that to say, you know, I read this book and I read a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and in the book I learned that men and women have energies, right? Like men have male energies and female energies,
Who wrote the book?
and women have
Who wrote the book?
James. Hold on, let me get it for you. But it's called The Celestine Prophecy. And it's a really, really amazing book. But when they was talking about the different energies, it was talking about how we connect differently to like our counterparts. As women may connect more to men because sorry, I don't get no service in here. But I'll get the name of it later. But it's called Celestine Prophecy.
She got boost.
It is not Boost. It's probably close to it. Hold on, No, I got it. It pulled up. James Redfield.
Oh, okay.
You gonna read it?
No,
I didn't figure that.
it sounds like.
But for the people that,
but
for the people that want to know, but it's
I
not
don't
even
need to
just.
read
It's
that.
not even just about that though. The book is like really about. It's about exploring life and like learning yourself and you know different things about yourself. It's self-development, self-awareness, being mindful of certain things. So when he was talking about the energies, he was talking about how we connect differently with you know people. So for example, he said that a lot of women, in which I'm sure you can relate from a lot of posts that you see, a lot of women attach themselves to men or detach themselves away from men. And it's basically brought because when we're younger, even if we had mom and dad there, mom is there more than dad. So the child attaches herself to the mother. So therefore she lacks that male energies. It explains how we as humans should have both male and female energy because then that makes us whole. So this way we're not desiring one more than the other. So women attach themselves to men as they grow older because they may have been missing their dad. So we settle for different things within a man and we, you know, we do all these different things, right? We know how some women can be with men. Same thing for men. Men attach themselves to women because they were with their mom more. And this is when men want a woman that's like their mom. I want you to cook for me. I want you to clean for me. Or, you know, you want that nurturing feel and that love.
Okay.
So what I think about, like with you, it seemed like you may lack some male energy because you are very focused on, not even focused, but you are like really in tune with yourself. And it's not degrading to you to say like you are any less than a man or anything. It's just.
Why would that mean I lack male energy, whatever this is?
Because
because I'm very in tune with myself.
You're very passionate about things more in a sensual type of way.
Sensual.
Yeah.
Sensual. I'm trying to figure out where that fit into.
Because
us
sensuality is
pod stuff.
what?
How does that fit in?
Because I was just talking about
the sensual part.
All of it kind of comes together if you think about it. When you think about like how you are as a human being, you may have more of one part of female energy than you do male energy. And it could come from, and I'm not saying like I know your life or anything like that, but maybe a lack of male energy, maybe a lack thereof of men in your life. And it's like that for a lot of us in general, I think as a whole. But again, I'm not saying that this is a fact thing. It's just something that I have observed and, you know, for a long period of time of knowing you.
What you observe?
I just said it.
That I'm passionate?
Sure. That you even with now, like how you don't think that you are against the women.
I'm not against women.
But the word, like people can
I'm
hear,
not against women.
people can hear it. But even though you may say that you're not against women, but a lot of things that come out of your mouth
are for men.
It makes it seem as if you are against women. That's all I'm saying.
That's
And
that's an interpretation problem, because
Sure.
if I'm trying to get everything
But-
to be the same playing field, how am I against anybody?
Here's the thing that some people really, really have a hard time understanding is that
Me?
but people don't have to understand you. But I don't think you understand that. And I think that it's difficult because you want to implant your thought process or how you see things and how you deliver things, and you want people to take hold of that and make it theirs.
No,
And-
I don't.
But that's how it comes across.
Again, that's your interpretation.
Sure, it could
I'm
be
gonna-
my interpretation, or it could be your delivery, because it's not only just for me, but it's for other people. When you decide that you want to get something across to somebody,
I'm gonna
you
get my
always
point
have,
across.
but you always have to consider who you're speaking to. I just had this conversation
what?
earlier, exactly, and that's the problem.
Why do I need to consider
That's
who
the
I'm speaking
problem.
to?
Because
The way
you're
I feel
fighting,
don't
you're
change.
fighting, but you're fighting.
I'm not-
You
I'm not
are.
fighting anything.
You're fighting. You're on social media. You debate all day, and you want to get
I
your
like
point
to
across.
debate.
Exactly, but
But what?
the thing about it is, when you speak to people, when anybody speak to somebody, there's different levels in which a person has to be able to communicate words in order for a person to understand. And I feel like that's what people don't get. You cannot speak to everybody the same. You cannot deliver a message to me and say that everything that I think and say is sad, because I'm not receiving what you're saying. And I may not be receiving it because, yes, it can be my interpretation, but also you have to consider who you're talking to. Maybe I don't understand that way.
Here's the thing, right? Not saying everything I say is the truth, but what I say is how I feel. The truth is the truth is the truth. You read the Bible, that motherfucker don't change and say, well, I got to talk to these people like this and talk to those. No, it say what it say. You interpret it how you want to. That's on you.
But you're
I'm
looking
not.
at
No,
everything
pause.
from a
Can I finish?
social
Can I- I'm
standpoint,
not looking
saying that
at
it's
so-
the truth.
Who said
You're
social?
you're getting your information
finish
based
talking?
off of things that you see and things that people post on social
can I
media,
finish
which
talking?
is hardly ever the truth, because nobody is really,
Can I
not
finish
everybody on
talking?
social media is who they pretend to be.
What energy you portraying right now, female or male?
I got them both right now because
Right.
you got me on fire.
Can I finish talking? You done? All right. Like I was saying before I was rudely cut off. At the end of the day, I don't have to change how I say anything. I can't change a person's interpretation. That's not on me. All I can do is give out the information. How you perceive it, how you take it in, that's on you. That's not on me. And I'm not going to change and try to discern and figure out who I should talk to, what kind of... I don't do that with my kids. I talk to them, I say stuff straightforward to them. They may not get it today, but they going to get it down the road.
Which is the same way that you can tell a kid to stop several times doing the same exact thing.
And until it fuck them over, they ain't going to stop. So it don't matter what I tell you, what I put out to the people, they going to feel how they feel about it.
It's the same
Until it
way
smack them in the face.
where you just
And
talked
then
about.
they might feel differently.
You talked about the Bible when you say it don't change.
It don't.
But when you know, because we attend the same church, so when we go to different churches and pastors are preaching and they preaching from the same book that our pastor preached from, but we don't even know what they talking about. But
'Cause
when we
I
go
just-
to our church,
What I just say?
but pastor is delivering it differently
Hold
for
on.
our understanding.
No, what did I just say? It's their interpretation.
It's the way, it's the delivery.
But it's that person's interpretation. They can only deliver what
We-
they interpret from reading.
We can.
That's their interpretation.
But
But the
I'm
Bible is gonna say exactly what it say.
I know that, but that's
So
not what I'm talking
gonna
about.
say exactly what I'm gonna say.
The Bible
how you
says what
interpret
it says.
may be different
And
than
how
you
we interpret the Bible is the reason why we go to church, so that we can get a better understanding, so that the delivery is
So
different
go
from
find
what we
somebody
read.
to break down
right?
what I'm saying. Then
I
if you
don't-
don't
no.
understand,
I didn't.
I'm
I
not-
never said I didn't understand what you were saying, and I never said that you needed to break down your words. I was
That
just
is what you're
no.
saying.
I was
you saying I
simply
have
just.
to talk differently to different people.
I think that for anybody though. I said I was just having a conversation with somebody about this, and
Yeah.
it wasn't just geared towards you. Understand what
But
I'm
we
saying?
talking about me right now, so I ain't really concerned
I'm talking
about nobody
to I'm
else.
talking to everybody though. Like that's how we did. Even to myself, I learned that because I know when I speak to different people, people understand things differently. And that's on me, though. That's how I move. That's what I do. I'm not saying you got to
Yeah,
do
that's
that.
your,
Only
I'm
thing
not
I'm
gonna do
saying is
that.
that because you're sitting here fighting so hard for equality, and it upsets you and it disturbs you
It don't.
because you say that, but
It's
when the world hear the podcast, they gonna
it's
see what it is.
it's annoying.
And
It don't upset me.
but it does. It allows you and makes you want to go forward and say something and type something and
Absolutely.
open your mouth. Right. So it
Yeah.
does enough.
Yeah.
It does enough.
I feel like that's a almost a duty. Like,
Right.
why
So
would
if
you
you
not-
feel like this is your duty and you want to reach a certain level, you're saying it don't matter how somebody understand what I'm saying. I don't care how you understand. I'm saying what I'm saying, and this is the truth because it's the truth.
I didn't.
But
I just
if
said everything.
you
No,
want to
see, now you
reach-
mixing words because I just said everything I say ain't necessarily the truth. It's how I feel. Let's not mix my words because I definitely said that.
The book is called Celestine Prophecy by James Redfield. Y'all,
be
the book
reading it.
is bomb. We know you ain't reading it. And see, that's the problem right there, right? It's hard to get a man to be so open-minded about different stuff because men be
see?
plagued on like just being this one way. It's hard-bodied.
Just being one-
Hard-bodied, hard mindset, everything.
I
When
can't
a
possibly
woman
be
speak,
hard body. She just
when a
told me I
woman
got feminine
speak,
energy.
you do have feminine energy,
Oh,
but when
so
a
I'm
woman
both.
speak, oftentimes we're
Oh,
talked
okay.
over.
All right.
We're talked over.
Says the person that just was talking.
They
over
don't
me
listen.
After I let her talk. I let you talk.
Because
then as soon
I'm
as I
on one
started,
today.
you
Yeah,
was
because I
talking.
got to let you have it.
So you the men you be talking about? Oh,
I'm
okay.
me.
All
What
right.
Lil Wayne say?
All right. I'm definitely
You
not
got it.
against
You got
women.
it.
I don't even really want to talk about it, but we can. I don't know what's the.
Is it way more insecure men out here than women?
I think we talked about this before, and you said it was. Maybe that was just in our group chat. Yeah.
Oh, I was piping my boy
Yeah,
ass
because
a little bit.
she said it's
I wanted his
definitely
nose
more
white.
insecure men than women.
What do you think?
I think it's and see it's insecure people in the world. I don't think one is more than the other. Motherfuckers is insecure. That was the point of the whole me posting the thing. Like, why are you sitting here? It's more insecure men than women. Why is it a battle? Damn. You could have just said men insecure as hell. Oh, and good morning. Hey, I would have been cool with
'Cause
that.
that ain't
you
what it's supposed
you
to be
directed
like.
your shit at a man. Nah, we gotta make it a battle where who better than who do this more than the other person. Stop. Just stop. It make you look sad and miserable like you hate men. For what? For what?
How you be advocating towards
That's
men
what
make
it
you
look
look
like.
sad, like you hate women. I'm telling you, it does.
But I ain't said shit against women.
You ain't
Me
said nothing
try-
for
me
it. You
trying
ain't
to-
said nothing for us. You said earlier
Because
you
that
love
ain't what
women,
it's
but
about.
we don't.
I do.
I don't feel no love in this room.
I do.
At all. Where is the love? I'm saying though, but no, I did say that to get you kind of turned up a little bit. I agree. Everybody is insecure in our own ways. We have insecurities in
Yeah.
different things. The prettiest woman or most gorgeous woman to her, she still will have
Got
some
flaws
insecurities.
somewhere.
Yeah, nobody's perfect. So the post I definitely think was meant to, do what it did. Trigger you, put your panties in a bunch as it did, because the group chat was popping. It was popping. As soon as I said, y'all, I was like, yeah, there is more insecure men than women. Just to get them panties bunched, I wanted to do it, and I did it. He got
And
his
that shit
nose
is
white.
a lie. It is what it is.
Yeah, it was turned up, but
See, in reality, you the one speaking down on
men.
a sex, and I'm just saying, nah, we the same. But you telling me I hate women. So
No,
how
I
you
just-
feel about me?
I know I didn't say you did. I said that's what you talk like. That's what you act like.
So
but
then
I didn't
what do
say
you talk
do.
like?
The only thing I do is agree or disagree with what you're saying. I speak my truth and how I feel. That's it. But I don't put a man down in any way, shape, form, or fashion. I'm not that woman that make those posts like I don't need a man or whatever, or want a man.
And I don't make posts about women. Like, what?
But you share posts from other women that's downgrading men.
So
because you're
how is
fighting
that
for
me?
equality.
So how am I downing women at that moment?
let's just say
I'm showing
your
an example
attention
of
is
y'all
geared
downing men.
yeah.
Right.
But
So how
sometimes
am
I feel like
downing women?
when you speak though, and even me, I'm guilty of it, right? And I say y'all men, and I only say y'all men because you are a man, but it don't mean that I'm including you in it because you have a
Because
you
you can't
have a
include
habit.
me in half of your narratives, but
You see what I'm saying? Like you so like male chauvinistic or like obnoxious or something like that. It's just like
I'm a male chauvinist because I know I don't
it's
identify with half of your narratives.
you don't know what my narratives are. I agree and disagree with whatever it is that you say. But me sitting here trying to give you a compliment, you took it straight from my mouth and didn't even let me finish. Just so that you can get off your chest that you are a better man than anything that I ever speak of or anything that these women post. And it ain't even about you, dog.
Didn't even say that.
You just said you can't include, you can't
You
include
can't.
me in none of your.
That's
but
all I didn't say I'm
wasn't.
better than the niggas you talking
But
about.
why
I
couldn't you
said
just
you
let it
can't
be,
include
dog?
me in those narratives. I didn't say I was better than anybody. I don't feel like you can include any of my friends in those narratives. Not all of them.
We're not talking about friends. We ain't doing that.
We talking about men.
But
My friends are men.
Okay.
Responsible black men that take care of their families and kids.
Quench my thirst. My mouth got dry right now for some strange reason.
Working citizens. So are modern women dismissive of good guys, men that are polite and are gentlemen?
What's a modern woman?
Women of today.
Mm.
This whole this whole 8-figure nigga that's my type culture. The thought shit culture.
So modern women not liking like good guys?
Yeah.
Are we more dismissive? Or are we? Huh?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a woman. I'm just saying. That's why I said we.
Mm-hmm. She was just
I'm a
banging
woman
thought
of
shit pulling up.
I'm
so.
a woman. I'm a woman of today. It was on the radio. First of all,
Hey.
that is my jam. I ain't gonna lie. The beat's pretty tight.
The beat.
I don't know. It's kind of tough for me to really answer that because
you dismissing a good guy.
Listen, I look at it like the representative, man. is you really gotta like sift through it. You know how you sift through flour? You really have to sift through it because you can be a good guy in the beginning.
Bullshit. But yeah, well, that's what you saying is true. You can't be a good guy in the beginning and then I don't know.
And turn out to not be such a good guy.
Yeah,
So it really depends, and I guess that's where it comes.
What is a good guy?
You gotta choose.
Of the guys that come out.
No, I love a nice gentleman type of guy, like thoughtful. Polite, being showing chivalry and stuff.
We don't even know what the fuck that is these days. But chivalry. What is that?
I don't. First of all, I don't want no bad guy like at all. I think the best part of my last relationship was because my ex he wasn't like a street dude. He wasn't no street nigga. He ain't drink, he ain't smoke, he ain't sit at the bar, he ain't do none of that stuff. And I was like,
are street niggas. Damn.
He just wasn't outside like that. He wasn't hanging outside.
We done changed. We done fucked the whole game up. Like,
when I say street nigga, like he didn't care to be outside hanging out. So you could take me saying street nigga negatively, that's cool. But I'm saying a nigga that likes to be outside. He wasn't that type of dude.
I'm just trying to figure out, because when I think of a street nigga, I think of like
drugs.
Yeah.
Oh, nah. I ain't talking about that, because I will be very, very clear. I'm not messing with no dope boy. Just ain't my thing. So I like a good dude. That's just that. And some women might be dismissive of a good man because women like bad dudes. Some women like dudes that
see that 9 out of 10 times you seen the bullshit.
But
y'all like bad dudes. Then y'all have kids with them.
How can you look
and then
at
be
it
mad
as,
at the good niggas?
How can you look at it as BS if it's something that you like?
Right.
You looking at it as something that
so
you
then
like
when the
something that
bad
you
guy
want.
fuck you over, don't be mad at the good guy. Now you mad at all
it's
men
your
cause of the shit you done been through, but you like bad guys that you knew was gonna do you dirty. You done seen it already.
To me, like I said, if I like a bad boy and I got me one,
And then
that's what I'm with.
and then when he do you dirty.
15 years later,
Then 15 years later,
That's
when
a
all
long
of a sudden you
time.
want a good guy,
that's a long time. But
and now you scorn
a
because of
bad
the
guy
bad
to a
niggas
girl
that
that
you
like a
wanted to
bad
deal
guy
with.
is technically a good guy to her.
Until he do her dirty.
So
Now he the worst nigga in the world, and you mad at the rest of the men.
it's possible that may be the case. But that's why I was saying, when you talk to these women that post this type of stuff, are they talking about, bad guys or
look,
good guys? Like,
I know situations where females be doing dirt. Females will help a nigga do dirt.
that wasn't the question.
I'm getting to it. They will help a nigga do dirt. Then turn around and want a guy to treat them a certain way. Then be mad at the world. Maybe your karma just caught your ass. Maybe that dick you was sucking the other day caught up when you with this nigga.
So the posts that are being shared that is basically undermining a man or degrading a man is because women be doing dirt.
Because people put themselves in the positions that they be in.
So whose fault are you? It's the woman's fault because she didn't choose wisely. That's what you're saying?
Y'all get to choose. Women get to choose.
And men get to pretend.
Women get to pretend. We all pretending until we find somebody that we could be real with. What you mean?
Right. So how easy is it?
We
for
all pretending until we
how-
comfortable enough to keep it 100
right, so
with
it's,
you.
It's the representatives always, right? And and until a person feels comfortable enough, and that could take however long. How do you choose through that, or how do you shift through that?
You better try to find you a real one.
What's a real one?
I don't know, shit.
You consider yourself to be a real one, right?
Yeah.
What does that? I mean, are you a good guy?
Yeah. Well, at this particular moment, no. Okay, real shit. I feel like I'm a great guy. However, when I'm not in a relationship, I do what the fuck I want to.
What does that look like?
That look like if I want to call Betty yesterday, I call Betty yesterday. If I want to call Susie 2 days from now, I'm going to call Susie. It look like however I want it to look like because I'm single.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like I'm still a good guy in those moments because I'm going to tell you, I don't want to be in a relationship. We could do us. I'm going to talk to other people. I don't give a fuck what you do. If you got time for me, I don't care what you got going on because you ain't my girl.
So do you think that that's how women should be?
Yes. Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't people be upfront about what it is?
A lot of times I feel like with both men and women that if a man got two good things and one of them might, he can probably blow her back out whenever he want to, or she got some good wop, wetty, wet, whatever, he gonna rock with that. And then he got another one over here that he can, I don't know, she got,
throw baby
finances, she taking care of him, whatever. Then he not gonna tell them anything because he don't want to lose that. Because essentially, if you tell a woman that type of stuff and everything is going good, then he risks the chance or the possibility of her moving around or giving it to somebody else.
If she knew in the beginning, then she was already fucked. I don't know. My mom always told me, tell a person.
What your mama say now?
Tell a person up front. Be honest with them.
Yeah, I heard that right.
Then they get to make their choice.
Mm-hmm.
They either gonna fuck with you or they ain't. But get them their choice. Now, if I done gave you your choice and you fucking with me, then you fucking with me. If you decide not to, that's still your choice. But I'm going to tell you in the door so you can make your choice. And after that, I don't owe you shit. I don't owe you no other explanations. If you feel like you want to do something different, come have a conversation with me and we can go from there.
Do something different like what?
Like if you get the catching feelings and you want to do something, then come have a conversation
Like
with me.
be with you?
Yeah, then come have a conversation with me so I can tell you I ain't on that, or I can tell you I'm on that, and we go from there.
So that's not always the scenario.
It's
and
not.
I'm saying that from a woman's perspective and just knowing
I know
women
that's not
that
always
have
the scenario.
been through situations like that, and men will play two ends to the middle until he can't play him no more.
Absolutely.
And he gonna play this role to the death of him, because I still want Shorty to take care of me. She be fitting the bill, or she be buying my clothes, my shoes, and I still want
That's why I
her to
take care
throw
of
it back
myself.
for me.
Mm,
So I'm not gonna tell neither one of them nothing, because I want to keep on getting what I'm getting.
that's
That
I guess
self
that's why I
fulfillment
take
from
care of
both
myself.
places, and it's like, what do you mean? Because I'm sitting up here talking about throwing it back, and
I'm just saying
this and
financially,
that.
all that shit, I take care of myself. I'm not. I mean, if you don't want to bust it open, somebody is. So if you decide to skate, it's gonna be another person.
And I think that's kind of a reason why some women become like how they become, and those posts be coming through, because
I don't need you.
women get done. It's like y'all don't really care. Like dudes don't really care about us like that. Like, yeah, shorty, like this is just it. And granted, being honest, I think is very important. Very important. But when most times when dudes get involved with a woman, that ain't really how it is. And we sit back, women will sit back and think that it's something more than it's not. Because a lot of men aren't out here being honest like that. And a lot of men play games, and they gonna keep it going and keep on going until they realize that until they done. Like you said, like if you don't want to deal with them no more, I don't want to deal with you no more. And if you ain't gonna do it, I'm gonna go on to the next. Women,
I'm single.
know
Why
that,
do I
see
owe
that,
you
hear
anything
that,
being
and it's
single?
like,
What do I owe you if I'm single?
no, I'm not saying that you do. I'm just only thing I'm saying is that every action every reaction is caused by somebody else's action.
As a female, you can't. If you know I'm single and we single, how do you get mad at me about some shit? I'm not yours. You're not I'm not your man. You're not my woman. Whatever you go out here and do, I can't get mad about it.
So are you talking just from like a sexual standpoint or anything else? Because we can sit here and talk
What
about
is the
being.
anything else?
I'm going to tell you. We could sit here and talk about being single, but acting like we in a relationship.
What does that? I don't.
What is when you, before you and your wife got married, what was y'all dating life like? How did y'all even get to that point to realize that, because that's what a relationship look like. You spending time with somebody.
No.
Y'all celebrating.
No.
Y'all celebrating holidays or buying gifts for birthdays and doing special things for each other. It looks like a relationship, but baby, we not in a relationship. No, this ain't that.
Right.
But
as
we
long as
doing
we
everything
communicating,
else.
then we communicating.
Yeah, but a lot of times how it go, and this is not me. This is society.
Now I'm finna. I'm finna tell you.
People can say whatever, but you sitting up here and you acting like I'm your woman.
Okay, look.
But in the same breath, you want to tell me that I'm not. But you want to. We doing all of this relationship stuff.
Okay, so look.
How is that fair to a woman?
Now, so look. I'm finna explain two scenarios, right?
Go for it.
So after college, I stopped dating the lady I was dating. Well, we still messed around, but we weren't in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I was messing with other people
Y'all
at the
were
same
dating
time.
and then stopped dating, but still.
No,
was
we were in a
messing around.
relationship, and
Then
then
y'all
the
started
relationship
dating.
ended, and we was messing around. But I was messing with other people. She knew. The other people knew. When I met my wife and decided I wanted to be with her, I told the people I was messing with, I want to be in a relationship. It ain't you.
And how did that make
one
them feel?
person that I was involved with, she told me later that like she felt like we was gonna be in a relationship. She said we did relationship shit. And my thing is, I told you how I felt, what I wanted. Right? So I like to go out. I like to go eat. I like to go to the show. I like
and
to
you
do
just
shit.
so happen to like to do it with her, right?
But what does that matter if we have an understanding? Now,
Right, all the time.
Nah,
baby.
different scenario.
Let's go check this thing out. Let's go check out this new spot.
Different scenario. When me and my wife met, she was involved with a nigga. Broke up with him. We was hanging out and all that shit. Bought me shit for my birthday. Later on that month, it was, oh, I got to go back and make sure this ain't where I'm supposed to be. But we wasn't in a relationship. I didn't get mad at her about that shit. I wasn't mad. I wanted my, let me not call her that. I wanted my girl. I felt like she did some dumb shit. But I wasn't mad at her.
Were you hurt?
Yeah, a little bit. But I wasn't mad at her.
Yeah.
So when she came back and had her mind right, it was like, all right, come on, let's rock. Because she didn't lie to me. She told me, I need to go make sure this ain't where I'm supposed to be. I can't do nothing but respect the honesty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, did it make me feel a little like, damn? Yeah, it did. But I wasn't mad. To me, it's the same shit. And that's why I say it got to be both ways. I'll be a hypocrite like a motherfucker. I'm mad at her. But then I feel like old girl shouldn't be mad at me when I'm telling you the truth. It is what it is.
I mean, it is, but you still have to. It's still.
I could understand your feelings got hurt. It might happen. But I sleep good at night because I knew I told you what I wanted in the beginning.
Sure, yeah.
I told you what it was. I didn't want to hurt your feelings, didn't mean to. That's the point of me telling you what's going on so you can make the choice to deal with me or not deal with me.
Sure, no, I get it. I get what you're saying. It's from a woman's side, though, it's just looked at differently only because women, a lot of times, we go off of, what men do, how they treat us, what we're doing.
Not what they say.
The time. No, I'm not saying. I said a lot of times we do. What they say matters, too, but that's, again, if you tell me that you don't want to have nothing to do with me and you don't want to be bothered with me,
I literally hear women be like, girl, this nigga claim he don't want to be with me, but he want to spend time all the time, but he say he don't want a relationship. He gonna be my man. No, he ain't. He telling you he don't want that.
It's the crazy
he like spending
mindset.
Time.
Yeah, he telling you what it is.
He like to go out. He like to drink. He like to go get food. Yes, I enjoy your company. What's wrong with that? Am I not allowed to enjoy your company? Because I don't want a relationship, that mean I can't enjoy your company. We can't hang out.
No, I'm not. I mean, it's the woman. It's the woman's responsibility to figure out what she want to do. But
it ain't just her. In those instances, it's her responsibility if he done told her. But if he ain't said shit, they all got to figure out what.
Yeah, but you can't be saying one thing and then acting like we in a relationship.
What's
though.
Acting? How am I acting?
Because we doing relationship stuff.
So going to the show is relationship shit. Going out to eat, relationship shit. So you in relationships with all your homegirls that you go out to eat and shit with.
I knew that was coming.
Cut it out. Like, why?
But I'm not smashing them. If I'm smashing you,
so you in a relationship. So if you fucking, you in a relationship. So the nigga you don't go eat with, the nigga you don't go to the show with, if they fucking. You in a relationship.
Combine everything.
So it got to be all of it. Then you in a relationship.
Like I said, how was you and your wife before y'all got married? Like that's just how it is. Yeah. Like at some point
we was hanging out, fucking all of that before she went back to the nigga to make sure she had if she should be there.
What I'm saying is that we doing all of this relationship stuff. Why
is it? It's not relationship stuff.
It is because even if I was doing it with my girlfriends, me and your wife are best friends. We are in a relationship. We're just in a different type of relationship.
Yeah, are we. We in a different type of, not the relationship you thinking. We in a different type of relationship.
Okay,
we can go
so the goal is you're in a relationship.
Not that type of relationship though.
All right. We could agree to disagree on that one because
we saying the same thing. We are in a relationship. It just ain't that type of relationship.
All I'm saying is that a lot of times when things like that happen, to get to the point of it, when things like that happen with women, it can turn women kind of bitter because they do say that, like, you telling me that you don't want to be with me, but you showing me that you do want to be with me. It's confusing for one. Wait, let me finish. Let me just wrap it up because I'm not faulting like anything or anybody. I'm just basically saying that women become this way and start sharing posts like that because we be confused as fuck.
Now, can I say something?
No, go ahead.
I'm not telling you I don't want to be with you. I'm telling you, I don't want to be with nobody. I want to be single.
got
I'm
you.
not ready for a relationship. I don't want to be tied to a person where I feel like I gotta call you right now. I
Yeah,
gotta come
you don't-
home
you-
then.
yeah,
I
I
gotta
got
do.
you.
I don't want that. It's not you. It's period.
I got you.
Why you taking it personal? I'm telling you what I have to offer. I only got this to give you. I can give you all these things, but I can't give you the rest of that shit mentally. I can't.
No, I get it because dudes be the same way.
So how I'm playing with you? Like I don't.
It's the woman.
what's
It's the
playing
woman. I
part?
guess that's when you got to choose. You got to figure out. You got to
I-
choose wisely.
We ain't gotta figure that. We done chose. Y'all chose. You chose to deal with me, knowing this how I felt.
And you chose to deal with her knowing that's how she felt.
Yes.
So I mean, it's everybody's responsibility at some point to make a choice, right? Right.
You might want to choose differently if you ain't gonna sleep good at night, or you gonna be mad at the world about some shit.
You make sure you let them know that next time they share a post.
Indeed.
Right?
No.
I'm just saying. So we gonna wrap it up. I think this was really good. I actually felt some good energy from you today, so I really appreciate
Always
that.
got good energy.
I'm sitting here with you, not them, so I can actually internally feel it. But today was good.
I
So,
always got good energy.
anywho, we gonna wrap it up until next time. Cocaine and Punk. I'm gonna get his nose white next time for sure. I'm gonna have him turned up.
We all would like to thank you for listening to Save It for the Booth. Got another episode coming very soon. Until next time, guys. Bye.